At 153, and the reach is in Davis's favor by 3 inches. As for the rules, Fernando?
Well, they're basically the same rules that apply to the regular WBC titles. 10-point must system. 3 knockdown rule is not in effect. No standing 8 count. The fighter can be saved by the bell only in the last round, and the referee or the doctor can stop the fight.
We're set to go. Scheduled for 12 rounds. Aaron Davis in the red with the blue trim. Bronco McKart in the white with the red trim. McKart obviously a southpaw.
McKart is the type of fighter that wears his opponent out, but here he has his biggest challenge against a guy that can box, that can move, and that also has a pretty good boxing punching power.
Aaron Davis, a product of the New York Golden Gloves. He's a former champion. He won that championship in 1986. Davis, a WBA Welterweight Champion. He stopped a former Golden Glove champion, fellow New Yorker Mark Breland, back in July of 1990, but he lost his crown to Meldrick Taylor on points. And so at 28 years old, he's at the crossroads.
I think that McKart knows also that he is a very important fight for him, because he's not going after the opponent as he normally does. He has fought twice here at the casino. He has won the title here, the WBC International title. He's defended it successfully 1 time, so it's his 3rd appearance at this casino for him.
Here in the opening moments of the fight, both fighters close to each other, very little dancing. They're flat-footed and looking to slug. McKart with a pretty 4-punch combination. A big right hand by McKart.
McKart is not a single punch knockout artist, but he will definitely wear you down as the rounds progress. And you would think that Davis would use his little bit boxing skills a little bit more, but he's not. He's going right at Bronco, and that might not be the wisest decision for him.
McKart digging a couple of right hooks to the body and then a right hook to the head. Davis quiet here in the opening round. He seems to be taking a look at McKart.
Strange career what Davis had. He's had very few fights in the last 2 years, and this for a world-class fighter, that's very unusual. Had 1 fight in '94, only 2 in '95 today.
McKart scores with another right hand to the head, and back comes Davis with a left right to the head. Two body shots by Aaron Davis in the red with the blue trim. Final seconds, round 1.
Nice exchanges. I don't think anybody had a real advantage. I don't think anybody had or did any real heavy damage. I think this fight, the way it's progressing, it works for towards the Broncos McKart favor.
Let's listen in.
Right hook. Don't wait for him to get on. All right. Them shots that he's throwing, you can counter all of them shots. You counter them shots with a right hook. That's a counter shot. But you be first. You be first. And be alert. All right?
Very relaxed corner.
Stay in control.
Let's take a look at some of that action in the opening round.
That's a heavy hand by Bronco McKart coming in with the right. He came back later again.
I suspect that Aaron Davis went to school in the opening round on this lefty. We'll find out. This is round 2. It's scheduled for 12. You're watching Bronco McKart, the WBC International Super Welterweight Champion, in the white trunks, defending against Aaron Davis.
Davis is really going to be tested physically in this kind of a fight, and he has to be in a tremendous shape to keep up this pace. Bronco can keep it up. We already seen that in the past.
A left hook to the head by Davis.
opening, found it once, found it again, and Davis was wobbling.
Davis on the take here a little bit too much. He has to get off first here. He has to show more offense. And McKart is pounding Davis, who's standing there with the peekaboo style.
But not only is he doing damage going to the head, but he's also really hurting the body, and that's also will affect him at the long run. I think there's very few fighters that can really stand up like in front of McKart like this, like Aaron is trying to do.
Both fighters toe-to-toe. And so far, it's been mostly McKart.
It has been. There's a little small welt on the forehead of McKart, probably a product of a headbutt.
Davis came back with 4 shots to the body. They're head-to-head.
Both wearing the Marvin Hagler look.
Another right hook to the head by McKart. And a left hand by McKart. And McKart continues to pound the body. Back comes Davis. We haven't seen a jab since the first round.
No, apparently, well, McKart is not known for a finesse in boxing. He just he goes out and gets his opponent. Might take him a while, but he normally gets him. Right now he's in a 13-bout KO streak, so he's doing well.
McKart is managed by Jackie Callan.
I think Eric Davis has been drawn into this type of a fight that he could have avoided by boxing a little bit more because he has the skills to do it. Finally, apparently Bronco started to get a hold of things here as we come to the end of the second round.
Put it underneath. You gotta watch the window still in this water. You letting them be first. He's getting off first. Should be up that time. Oh, he didn't look good that time. Bullshit. I don't want no bullshit. He didn't look good that time. Get off on the first. Close your eyes. Keep it like that. Keep that jab in his face. Keep that jab in his face. Right? How you feel?
Action from the second round.
Here we see McKart going up again. A tremendous uppercut that pulls Davis back. And he just kept on working, so we're getting ready. There's a little Vaseline over the welt under the left eyebrow of McKart. He was cut there before in the head, but that's about the only susceptible place that he seems to have.
Round 3, scheduled for 12. In the corner of Aaron Davis, you heard Wali Muhammad telling him to utilize the jab. Wali Muhammad, one of the trainers for Muhammad Ali. And now McKart opens up with some jabs here in the third round. Aaron Davis with a very slow start.
He said before the fight that he wanted a title so bad that he can taste it. And so that might be also creating a problem for him, the desire to wanting to go over McKart, which is a very hard fighter to go over.
Countering right hand by Aaron Davis as he skipped away. Davis has to be busier, no doubt about that.
Also, his punches are kind of wide, so he's not having the effect that Bronco is having with his. The travel a little bit less, but correct with a lot more power.
For all the punches McKart has thrown, Davis hasn't been hurt, but he's taken a lot of leather.
I don't think you can take that kind of punishment round after round and not feel it towards the second part of the fight. They're going 12 rounds in this fight. Grueling, very grueling match.
Davis listening to Wali Muhammad, throwing more jabs here in the third round. But it is still McKart who's getting off first.
And see, now you're looking at Bronco McKart, the normal Bronco going forward, trying to press on the fight. He wanted to complain about a low blow, but never got the chance. He got hit on the right again.
Aaron Davis in the red having a problem solving Irish Bronco McKart. Left hand to the head and then 2 shots to the body by McKart. Less than 30 seconds to go in round 3. And McKart nailed Aaron Davis. Davis with a right hand. McKart comes back with 2 left.
That's why McKart has become such a favorite with the people, because he comes to fight.
And the crowd reacting to all this action.
Steve Smoker has to intercede there, send Aaron Davis to his corner, and the crowd is loving it here.
Don't cut the left jab off. The left hand.
There's some action from third round.
Here McKart is working since Aaron Davis against the rope starts working underneath, and he comes up with a very strong punch to the face that staggered. I think he was hurt in this round.
Fernando, let me ask you for your unofficial scoring. How did you like the first
I had the
rounds?
fight 30-28. I think it was a pretty even round. I don't have to score a 10-round must. It was a very even first round. I think Bronco has taken over after that, and he should be ahead on the points right now.
So we're in round 4.
That's the unpunched stat. McKart has outlanded Davis 86-59.
That's quite a margin, and Davis has to do something about that.
And surprisingly, he hasn't changed his style. He still wants to go right after McKart, which again, it might not be the wisest thing to do.
Except for that late punch after the bell ending round 3, the referee has had little work with these two fighters, very little clinching and grappling. They've been toe-to-toe since the first bell.
Very good, very good.
I don't think you're going to see too many clinches, because McKart is not the type of boxer that allows you to clinch it. Before you're even able to come in, he's already landing punches.
A big right uppercut and then a right hand to the body by McKart.
And I've seen McKart also box a little bit more than he is doing now. Apparently he feels comfortable just going after Davis and trying to finish him off since the beginning of the fight.
3 left uppercuts by McKart to the head.
And you know, on his career, I don't recall ever seeing McKart hurt. And he has been hit quite a bit in some of his fights, because he will take a punch to land a punch.
Aaron Davis in the red from the Bronx, New York. Bronco McKart in the white from Monroe, Michigan. And that's why he's got that M on his trunks.
And I'm surprised that there hasn't been any headbutts. They're getting their heads together, but they're not lunging forward with it. They just go find the range, start working inside. One of the few instances in which Smoker has to come in and break the action.
Aaron Davis with his first real shot of the fight, a left hook to the head. As we come down the stretch of round 4.
Davis has to gain the respect from McKart again, because he has, I think right now, McKart feels in total command of the fight. He feels comfortable going forward and fighting his style of fight.
it for round 4. Our next bout is the WBC Super Bantamweight Championship between Daniel Zaragoza of Mexico City against Hector Cerro Sanchez. Now let's go to Mario Solis. He's with Zaragoza.
That's right, we're standing by with Daniel Zaragoza, the challenger this evening, against Hector Cerro Sanchez, the man of steel. This is a very important fight for you tonight, una pelea muy importante para ti. This could mean perhaps the culmination of your career, podría significar la culminación de tu carrera en caso de una derrota.
Así es, por eso no hay otra más que ganar y siento que vengo bien preparado y a eso venimos a ganar.
Indeed, in case of a loss, this would be his last fight, but he says he's ready to go. That's why he's here. He's prepared and ready to take the title. Back to ringside.
Thank you, Mario. That's coming up next. After this bout,
That's a classic, the up-and-coming young warrior against the guy that has been there almost 15 years in boxing, just doesn't want to leave this sport.
round 5, and tell me about the punches so far.
280 punches thrown by McKart, connecting 114 for 41%. A little bit less work, 192 punches thrown by Davis, 77 connected for 40%. So at the end, the percentages are there, but I think that McKart has done the more damage throughout the fight.
Through 4 rounds, neither fighter has been cut or down. McKart with 2 big right hands, first to the head and then to the body.
And I think you can see the wear and tear that this kind of a fight does to a fighter like Davis. He doesn't have the spring anymore on his legs. I think little by little he's being forced to this fight. Not necessarily that he didn't want to fight like this, because that's what he did since the beginning.
Great countering right hand by McKart. Left uppercut by Davis. And McKart comes back with a 4-punch combination.
Just more activity on the part of McKart.
Here at ringside, McCart's punches seem to be heavier.
I think that's one of the reasons that McKart is so popular just about everywhere that he fights, because he gives the fan the money work.
Well, to Aaron Davis's credit, he hasn't taken a step backward, but he's not showing enough offense. Look at that combination by McKart. Davis coming back now with a flurry.
Looks like McKart is trying to pick his punches a little bit better, but he is giving Davis the initiative.
McKart has a very heavy right hook. And Davis is so close to him, it doesn't have to travel that far to connect.
He's right out there. He also, I think you have in a case in which both boxers believe they can win, believe they will win, and that's why you have this kind of a fight. You have 2 fighters that have absolutely no respect for the opponent.
That last exchange, Davis began with a left hook, but McKart rattled him and gave him a smile on the way back to the corner.
That tells you the kind of a fighter he is. He got hit, he hit the opponent, got hit again, hit him again, and turn around and laughs.
The guys picking up points like that there. They're not riding the most of them. You got to move those hands. All right, what's wrong with the jab? You cut your jab off. Don't cut the jab off, woman. Okay. Now bite down. Let's get this round back. Let's get back. Let's take over this fight. We in shape. All right. Let's take this man to another level.
Apparently they believe that Aaron Davis was coming back a little bit, which in fact he was coming back towards the end of the round. He started for the first time to really throw combinations, land some combinations. Although I still don't think that he won the round. 58%. on Davis and thrown on round number 5, 49% by McKart. This is the punches connected out of the ones thrown. So must have been the most effective round for Davis.
Round 6 scheduled for 12. Between rounds, you heard McKart's trainer, Bill Miller, talking to him, and Miller has handled James Toney. And as well as McKart has done so far, Bill Miller is urging him on to do more.
He asked him to take him to another level.
Davis with a strong left uppercut, but McKart came back with 2 shots to the head. Everything Davis throws, McKart has an answer for.
I think the best thing that Davis has done after he was hurt a couple of times has been to really close his guard. He's not letting McKart hit him too often now. And I really don't see this being taken to another level, because it just looks like a repetition of round 5. Yeah, a continuation of round 5.
Yes. Another 5-punch combination by McKart, and McKart with a left uppercut, a left uppercut to the head.
And you can see on their footing how each one of them is trying to control the angles, and now they're stepping on each other practically. It is said that the guy that has the foot outside of the fighting area is the one that is controlling the fight. And as you can see, sometimes one of the fighters is doing it, sometimes the other one that does it.
And McKart with another terrific combination. It's been this pace since the opening bell. And remember, this is the first of 5 championship fights tonight. 3 Mexicans defending their championships tonight here in Ledyard, Connecticut. All ahead.
Bronco gave himself a little bit of an opening, was able to connect, but he hasn't done that. It hasn't been very too many variants in this fight. It's just toe-to-toe, head-to-head.
We're approaching the halfway point of this 12-rounder. Bronco McKart in the white trunks has been pounding Aaron Davis.
There was no different level in this round. It was more of the same, a grueling pace.
Now let's listen to Wally Muhammad and Aaron Davis.
That was a good round, Ted. Halfway home, Superman. Halfway. Thank you, sir. You hear that? You didn't hear it right. You got the mouthpiece on. Beautiful. Now this is when you take over. He's
I'm going to go back to McKart when he had a control of this particular round, but Davis also was coming back. He was working. Here's now action from Davis, working to the body, landing a couple of combinations, and really going after McKart.
Well, Fernando, we heard a lot of encouraging words in the corner of Aaron Davis. They felt he had a strong round, and they feel he can wear down McKart.
Well, I think that he has 2 good rounds, and I think his confidence is really coming on. Whether or not he can hurt him, this is yet to be seen. But right now, both fighters of 723 punches, only 225 have been jabs, which is, they forgot about the jab.
The jab, but no show here tonight, as Aaron Davis and Bronco McKart, scheduled for 12 rounds, are in the 7th. And maybe there is a master plan here by Aaron Davis.
Well, maybe he is tiring McKart, because he didn't come forward straight on at the beginning of this round, and for the first time he's beginning to pull back in some of the action. They're telling Davis to beware because Bronco's trying to load up. But it just seems that his activity has lessened in the past rounds, the last 2 rounds.
McKart comes into tonight's fight having won 13 straight by knockout. He went 3 rounds last March 20th against Roosevelt Booth, and in January went 8 rounds with Darrell Woods. Both of them he won by knockout.
But they're fighters that are not in the league that Aaron Davis is playing.
Aaron Davis has been schooled very well by Bill Miller. It's a marvel to watch him use his combinations and always end up with a shot to the body.
I think the most amazing thing is that he is actually fighting Bronco McKart's fight, and in some cases beating him at it. Now they're throwing those rare things called jabs.
Not much on them, too. And Davis, after having a good round in the 6th, has been relatively quiet here in the 7th. Look at that combination by McKart. And here comes Davis. Davis connected with a very heavy left hook to the head, and another one. So Aaron Davis looks like he has some gas in his tank.
He would have needed it. He has a tremendous shape to come in and face an opponent of the style and the nature that McKart has, and still be, like you said, fighting at his game, and in some cases beating him there.
Final seconds, round 7. And we actually almost had a clinch there. As the crowd applauds them, let's go into the corner of Bronco McKart.
Still camping in this guy. He's camping right in front of this guy. He letting this guy get all his big punches off. You the one that's got to be first. You let him take the plate. You got to be first. And you got to be more consistent with your attack. You're not consistent with your attack. You got to be more consistent.
Let's go back to the replays. We're going to see Bronco McKart working.
We didn't come too far.
He's not able to come in as in some of the other rounds. Davis comes right back to work.
I can take this fight over. You tell me okay, but I want to
This is Davis now going to work.
What's happening in front of this man? Go out there.
He hurt him with a right hand at the end of that exchange. Neither fighter cut her down through 7 rounds. We're ready for the 8th. Scheduled for 12. Aaron Davis from the Bronx, New York in the red. Bronco McKart from Monroe, Michigan in the white. Fernando, how do you have it so far?
I still have McKart by 2 points. 68-66 going into the 8th round.
And now comes the chant of Aaron. Aaron, some pals, obviously, fans of his up from New York.
Bronco has to take the fight back and start commanding the action a little bit more. He's now letting Aaron Davis do all of the work, and he's gladly obliging.
Couple of jabs by Aaron Davis, but the pity patch, no steam on him.
But when he's not getting a response from McKart, they're still adding up points on the cards, or should be. And it looks like McKart also has lost a lot of the snap on some of those punches. Either that, or he's just not letting them go with full steam.
Both fighters have worked the body very well. Hey, tell me McKart likes to work jigsaw puzzles. Well, this is no puzzle tonight. There's very little finesse to this fight.
Likes to work on mind games. But I don't think he's playing with Davis's mind, because he's again taking a lot of punishment and not really answering. He's lost a little bit of snap on his punches. He's not as accurate as he was at the beginning.
Remember, we have 4 more championship fights coming up. And Aaron connected, and back went McKart's head, but he's not hurt. Another uppercut by Davis. Davis connects with a right left to the head. Aaron Davis coming on here in round 8. This is the best Davis has looked all fight.
It sure is, and now you would have to wonder what is happening to McKart, because he hasn't been able to really answer the same way that he was answering or starting some of those combinations at the beginning of the fight.
Coming up, the WBC Super Bantamweight Championship between Daniel Zaragoza and Hector Acero Sanchez. Let's go to Mario Solid.
That's right. The chant down here is Acero time. That means steel time. Hector Acero Sanchez is getting ready to go up in the ring and defend his Super Bantamweight title. Hector, una pelea pues bastante difícil. Ya estás listo para esta contienda. You're all set for this fight.
Claro que estoy listo para esta pelea y estoy listo para enseñar que en mi división, en los Super Gallos, voy a ser el mejor del mundo. No quiero ser el mejor de la noche, quiero ser el mejor del mundo. Y estoy preparado esta noche para demostrarlo.
Hector Acero Sanchez just doesn't want to be the best in his division. He wants to be the best in the world. Back to you guys ringside.
Thank you, Mario. Let's take a look at some action from round 8.
It's a tremendous uppercut by Davis. Wham! He goes right back to work, keeps on working, and the total punches. This is good action by Davis. McKart 42%. Davis has gone up now in this connected percentage to 49%. So he's coming on. I only have him down about 1 point by now, with still quite a bit of way to go.
And McKart opened the 9th round here with a right hook to the head to remind Aaron Davis that that punch is still there for him to use. Now remember, Aaron Davis closed the 8th round very well. We'll see if he can continue to rally.
One of the questions that would have been if Davis had the enough steam to be at this point of the fight and still be effective. Not only is he effective, but he appears to be more in a better physical shape than McKart at this point.
Well, it has been a furious pace. Neither fighter took a round off.
And this might come to the point of who wants it more.
Aaron Davis, 40-3 with 25 knockouts. Bronco McKart, 23-1 with 16 knockouts. Aaron is 4 years older at 28 years old. And we're seeing some movement here by McKart. And Davis connects with a right to the head, a left hook to the head. And McKart spins away from the ropes, and we have a cut over the right eye of Bronco McKart, and blood is coming out of it very heavily.
Now, if Davis needed an incentive to do something, this is it.
2 chopping left hands by Davis to that cut, and you can see blood smeared all over the face of Bronco McKart. So we have a big development here in round 9.
It looks bad. I think they're going to call the doctor in. By this time, the rules of WBC that it says that if a fight would have gone to the no contest only if it was under 3 rounds. By now, if it was to stop.
Aaron Davis has been very patient. He rallied in round 8. Here in round 9, he opens a cut over the right eye of Bronco McKart. And McKart hasn't done much since he suffered the cut.
It's not unusual. He has been there before. He has been cut before, and he has pulled through. But it just, it wasn't against an opponent of the caliber of Aaron Davis.
McKart with a countering left hand, and then he drove Davis back with another left hand. They've got some work to do in that corner.
McKart will stay very strong. Let's go look. Let's take a look at the cut. The doctor's coming in to see it.
That's all right. You got this. You better not quit on me. I'm not going to. I'll never do that.
He just told the doctor or Miller that he couldn't see.
The doctor is Dr. Joseph Carpentieri.
Give me the spine. Give me the spine, Mr.
That looks like a bad cut, and if they don't stop it now, he's going to have problems, disability problems during the fight. But Davis doesn't know that. He doesn't know about the extent of that injury.
Wait on him. We got to do some fighting with the wire. No, we got to do some fighting. If they don't, they're going to stop the fight.
Looks like that is the exchange in which he got cut. He pulls out of that, and by then there's the blood. There's blood on that eye right after that action.
And that happened early in the 9th round. We're into the 10th, scheduled for 12. Bronco McKart and the white trunks fought very well here through most of the fight, and look at these statistics.
45% now of all the punches thrown have connected by Davis against 40 by McKart, so but McKart's coming back.
McKart senses he's got a serious cut, and he's trying to take out Aaron Davis. McKart has won 16 in a row coming into this fight, his last 13 by knockouts. He's got adversity now with that cut over his right eye, and now he's planting his feet, and he's landing heavy shots. I don't think he wants to take a chance with that cut.
I think he knows, like you mentioned, that he doesn't have much time because he can't see out of that eye, so he's practically fighting with one eye right now.
So far, blood is not coming out of the cut in this round. They did a good job in the corner. And Davis continues to poke away at the wound.
I think if Davis can survive this barrage at the beginning of the round and then could take control over it again, he should be or could be coasting downhill from now on.
So we have a close fight, and a cut may impact it. We'll see. Big left hand by McKart to the head of Davis. McKart trying to be busy. Davis comes back with a right hand. Oh, if you like action, you like this fight.
Non-stop action since the beginning. You can see there's a welt also in the side of Bronco McKart's right side. And that sure has taken also a lot of steam from his punches coming up from that right angle.
For all the punches that Davis has taken, he's unmarked. He has some puffiness under the eyes. That's to be expected. And that cut seems to have been sealed in the corner. There's been no bleeding from the cut here in the 10th round.
Bronco needed a little bit more action. He's come out throwing punches. I think at this point he is taking the round. But it doesn't seem like the cut is affecting his visibility too much.
A roundhouse right by Aaron Davis. Bronco McKart in the white defending his WBC International Super Welterweight title.
You can tell that he can see because every time that Aaron Davis throws the left hand, is connecting. And he moves, tries to get a different angle so that he can see with his left eye.
That'll take care of round 10. We got 2 more to go. Let's listen in.
But I want you to be fight. 11th round. 11th round. Don't let him steal. They have to knock him out.
Time to stop. You'll have plenty of time to flick. I stopped the clock so Eddie can look at it and let the doctor go.
Bronco, let me see. Bronco, can you see all right? You sure? Yeah, you can see. Let's see. Let's see.
Throw back.
Let's see.
Let me through here.
We're a bit back.
He can go.
He can go.
Okay, one more.
All right, try to get 2 out of him, all right?
All right. Fine. Okay.
Well,
Apparently he could see. At least that's what he's telling the doctor.
You got to throw caution to the wind. You got to
Let's take a look at some action from the 10th round. McKart in the white, despite the cut, rallying and scoring against Aaron Davis. You heard the ring doctor say he may give him one more round because of the cut. Well, and of course, the trainer says give us 2 rounds.
2 rounds would be the end of the fight.
Yeah.
I think he pulled back again by 1 point at this particular time of the fight. And I think still it's up for the grabbing.
So we have heavy intrigue here as we approach round 11. 2 rounds to go. Can McKart survive that cut? Can Aaron Davis take advantage of it? And you heard Wally Muhammad, his trainer, tell Aaron Davis, you need a knockout to win.
Well, 1 point ahead. I think that he might not necessarily need that 1 point, but
might as well
it's a
be
possibility.
Aggressive. Might
It's
as
a
well be
possibility.
aggressive, yeah. If you suspected an extra length of time during the timeout, they took an extra 30 seconds for the ring doctor to examine the eye of Aaron Davis.
Once the referee calls in the doctor, the time freezes. It stops, they see it, then as soon as he tells it's okay or it stops it, or well, normally if it tells him it's okay, then the clock will continue to roll.
McKart trying to stay close to Aaron Davis. Davis looking to open up that cut again. It's on the right eyelid. He suffered the cut in round 9. And the corner has done a very good job of securing the bleeding.
They might have saved this fight for McKart if it goes the distance and if he wins, because it looked awful at that time, especially when the cut was made.
After the 9th round, told his trainer Bill Miller, I could see, but after they worked on the wound and the bleeding stopped, obviously he felt a little better about it.
I think that he realized that he can still find the range for his punches and still hit Aaron Davis. He did that on the 10th round, and that's why he probably felt comfortable. Again, he had been there before. He had been cut before, and he had been able to finish and win the fights.
Fernando, you've been around a long time. You know some fighters get traumatized when they get cut.
Yeah, but in this case, it wasn't the first time, so he already gone through that stage. And that's part of the development, I guess, of any boxer. Chiquita Gonzalez, when he fought against, the first time that he lost against Pasqua, he was cut. He didn't know what to do. Well, so I'm sure that happens to several fighters.
Here in round 11, neither fighter has been able to mount a strong offensive barrage. And as I say that, McKart comes on. Big left hand by McKart. Davis just standing there on the tape. It was relatively quiet, and all of a sudden McKart opened up. Now Davis should spin off those ropes. It's all McKart here. He's stealing the fight. Tremendous fight. Now Aaron Davis has McKart on the ropes, and McKart fights off. Spectacular round for Bronco McKart.
And what a job, you know, what an opening of an evening. What scenario they're living for the other guys. So they're really going to have to perform to top this. And you know what? I think they will. McKart went to his corner, kneel, like saying, well, thank God that I'm right back up. And now I think that Davis needs a knockout to win. Here's the action again. McKart at the closing of the round, connecting with both hands, landing some big, heavy guns there.
In that round, the fighters are sort of drifting, not much going on, and suddenly McKart with an offensive barrage, and he staggered Davis with that last punch. We're in McCart's corner. And look at these statistics. Look at the amount of punches thrown by McKart.
716 punches, 313 connected, 44%. The percentage is higher for Davis. In the last round, McKart threw 94 punches, landed 48 for 51%, so he's closing in.
The crowd with a cheer as these two super welterweights are now in the final 3 minutes. Neither fighter's been down. McKart suffered a cut on his right eyelid. Right eyebrow, I should say, in the 9th round.
And he's closing in again. I think he's just like a shark. He knows that he has Davis in a bad spot, and he's going right after him.
McKart has Davis cornered. McKart showed his moxie in that last round when he came back with a tremendous rally.
Well, this is one of McKart's vintage fights. This is the kind of fights that he normally has. Grueling fights, lots of action. So after a strong beginning of the fight, and McKart is closing again, very strong in the later part of the fight. Davis had the intermediate rounds, and it looked like he might have had a chance of beating McKart. But you know, even if he was to lose, let's say for instance that he lost right now, Davis didn't look that bad in this fight.
We're halfway through the last round. And McKart still getting off first. Davis with a chopping right hand to the head. No damage.
I don't think Davis has the power now to end it by knockout.
Left hook to the head by McKart. McKart with another left hand. Well, obviously these two fighters trained for this one. A tremendous pace. And they have been furious over 12 rounds. Neither fighter looks that tired. With a left hand, Davis rattles him with a body shot, and McKart missing one. "20 seconds to go in the fight. And they're going to go to the final bell the way they began it. What a way to kick off this evening. Tremendous fight. And look at the fans here in Ledyard at the Foxwood Casino. A standing ovation for both fighters.
One of the few standing ovations that you see nowadays. Blood trickling down the right side of the face for McKart.
Let's take a look at the final stats. 790 punches thrown by McKart to 617 for Davis.
The percentages are lower for McKart than for Davis, but I still think that he won this fight. This is where the just punches in themselves might throw people off a little bit. At least that's what I think might happen in this fight.
And if you were scoring at home, how do you have it? I could just see loads of people arguing right now because it could have gone either way.
I have McKart by about 3 points. I think that the intermediate rounds were won by Aaron Davis. I think that he was coming strong up until the 9th round. But after that, he began to fade again. McKart started to work again. Probably out of desperation, McKart started throwing punches, and he was able to land some and then realize that he can still be in the fight.
That's Jackie Callan, the manager of Bronco McKart. They're collecting the cards. We'll have the decision for you in just a few moments. And this was the first of 5 championship fights tonight on Los Conquistadores. Coming up, the WBC Super Bantamweight Championship between Daniel Zaragoza and Hector Acero Sanchez. Later on, the WBO Super Bantamweight Championship between Marco Antonio Barrera and Frank Toledo. Then the WBC's Featherweight Championship, Alejandro Gonzalez defending against Tony Green. And then the climax to the evening, the WBC Lightweight Champion, Miguel Angel Gonzalez defending against Marty Jakubaski. That's all straight ahead.
We're still waiting for the cards, for the referees, the judges to tally up their cards.
So you have McKart by a couple.
I have McKart by a couple of points, not officially. Even both camps, you can tell that in this Lots of confidence in McKart's camp.
And Darian has the arithmetic. Let's get the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got the scoring, and here it is. Judge Frank Cappuccino scores 116-112. McKart. Judge Glenn Feldman scores 114-113 Davis. And Judge Fred Yusi, he has it 116-112 for the winner by split decision, and still the WBC International Super Welterweight Champion, Bronco McKart.
Bronco McKart by a split decision.
And he's not happy at all about that. He's coming over, kicking the ropes. But I don't know. I thought that that was pretty much what should have happened. One judge was impressed by his performance. Gave him a 114-113 fight.
Bronco McKart of Monroe, Michigan wins his 17th in a row, improving his record to 24-1. However, his 13 straight knockout string has been broken. Aaron Davis, that's about the only silver lining tonight. You can see how disappointed he was when he heard the split decision going against him. And Aaron now is 40-4.
I think that he should not be discouraged. He hasn't been in the ring back that long. I think that he showed a tremendous conditioning for this fight, and he still cannot believe that he lost this bout. Plenty of action. It's going to be a tough act to follow, although Daniel Zaragoza knows that this is the last chance, and I'm sure that he's going to have to really go after Acero Sanchez.